again, good day everyone, and welcome to today's webinar themed Advancing Your Nonprofit Mission with the Microsoft Cloud. So we'll be starting right now. Just to mention, I'd like to say that this presentation is recorded, so it will be made available based on demand, and to maintain decorum, all attendees are muted, videos are turned off, and if you have any questions, comments, observations, please feel free to drop that in the chat window, and our teams will be available to respond to all your questions. So I'm moving to introduce the speakers we have on this webinar today, starting with Emmanuel Birich. He's the African Regional Lead for the Microsoft Technology for Social Impact Initiative. And he's going to, I'm going to quickly hand over to him to speak about the TSI initiative in Africa. I'm good to have you on the call, Emmanuel.
Thank you, Tolulope. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, you're audible.
Excellent. So good morning, everyone. Yeah, I think it's still morning in Lagos and parts of West Africa. It's afternoon on this side. I'm actually sitting in Nairobi. Name is Emmanuel Birich. I am the Africa Regional Lead for the Tech for Social Impact within Microsoft. And really, it's the industry team, nonprofit focused industry team that looks to use technology to drive more social good within the industry. So we're really focusing on making sure that our nonprofits are really benefiting from technology, and then continue to use technology to accelerate, some of the mission objectives that they have. And then be able to do more, essentially, more social good for the continent. In the team, we've got 5 individuals focused on multiple different workloads, and we've also got a partner ecosystem that is focused on the nonprofits. They see the value of engaging in the nonprofit space. So one of those partners that we've partnered with today is the Reliance. So really looking forward to Reliance sharing, more about the cloud for nonprofit on our behalf, and I think jointly, just to make sure that at least you're aware of some of the solutions that we do provide. I want to really appreciate the time that you're putting in today. I do hope you find it valuable. We don't take your time for granted. Please feel free to ask any questions that touch on Microsoft technology. I'm sure there's people on the call that would be responding to you, and hopefully from whatever you learned today, we can continue to carry on the engagement and be able to make sure you get the right solution for your needs. The industry team itself, and maybe just to give you a few objectives, just to give you a sense of what our mission is. So we want to really be the trusted and most innovative and valued technology player in the nonprofit space. And you will start to see that from some of what Reliance shares today. In addition, we're really focused on making sure that we can help you drive impact, cost efficiency, and provide solutions to your beneficiaries in a more secure manner. And we also want to touch as many of the nonprofits on the continent. So we've got an ambitious target to reach 300,000 nonprofits by the end of our fiscal year 2023, so end of June next year, more or less. So 300,000 nonprofits across the world. A substantial portion of that would be coming from the African continent. So really looking forward to continuous engagement with you there. And they focus on reinvestment. So we're a social business within Microsoft. The idea is any revenues that we do get out of some of the discounted solutions that we do provide to the nonprofit sector are continuously used underinvested to reach even more nonprofits and at scale with the support of partners like Reliance. Reliance will speak to you about the Cloud for Nonprofit, and this is a notable investment by Microsoft in the industry. So at the beginning of the year, we did announce some cloud-focused industry solutions, and one of the industry targeted was a nonprofit cloud. Cloud for Nonprofit. And it brings together our various platforms and makes that available to the nonprofit industry. So essentially brings together our Microsoft 365 platform, our Azure platform, our Dynamics 365 platform, our Power platform, in a way that is very relevant to the nonprofit industry with scenarios that make the most sense for the industry. And so that was in early in the year, in around February. In October, we did launch the first solution to the industry. That was a fundraising and engagement that is built on our Dynamics 365 sales enterprise. So you will see more details on that from Reliance today. And then in November, we released additional solutions targeting, volunteer management and being able to support nonprofits to be able to deliver effective programming. So huge focus from Microsoft on supporting the industry. We realize, we can do more as a human race, to support all the beneficiaries that you do focus on through technology. And we do hope that you find this session extremely valuable in supporting you along that direction. So thank you very much. Thank you for your time. And, I do hope, this engagement is valuable to you today. So I think with those remarks, I'll hand over back to you, Tolulope, just to introduce Reliance as well, given the strategic partnership that we've got.
All right, thank you very much for sharing those insights. I'd just like to also mention that on this call, I'll be the anchor through this session. I'm Tolulope Lawani. I'm a content strategist with Reliance Infosystems, and I have with me two Microsoft Dynamics 365 professionals that will facilitate this session in proper. So I have Ayobami Ogushola as well as Oluwafemi Onifade. So just to give you an overview of what to expect throughout this session, we'll start with discussing how technology is impacting social mission today, and then delve into how Microsoft's cloud is providing opportunities, tools, and modern support for nonprofit launch, for nonprofit offerings, and how it is enhancing security in this sector. And finally, we'll have a demo session where we'll intimate you with the environment in proper, and of course, attend to all questions in the chat window. So please, at any point in time, if you have any question that you need clarity on, just drop them in the chat window as we proceed. I'll jump into the introduction of who we are at Reliance Infosystems now. Reliance Infosystems, we see ourselves as a global ICT firm, and our focus is to assist organizations like yours to harness the power of innovative technology to help you deliver your business goals. We help you to create unique and matchless value propositions, leveraging innovative tools in your various sectors. So currently, we are physically present in the Middle East, in Kenya, Botswana, Ghana, and Nigeria. We also have digital footprint in 21 countries across the globe. So we've been able to come this far because of our success outcome philosophy, which is fundamentally built around winning with our customers. In other words, we position ourselves as this active partner that is fully involved in the journey our customers take from point A to their desired destination. So as an organization, we measure our success by the quantum of progress that we've helped our customers to achieve. And this philosophy has helped us to achieve numerous feats in the IT industry. We're a 3-time winner of the Microsoft Partner of the Year Award. We've won the Sophos Partner of the Year Award, and we've also gained recognitions from a host of government agencies as well. I'd also like to talk about why you should trust us as that reliable partner to dimension your organizational challenges, your problems. We've gained competencies in a host of Microsoft's solutions. That I mean good competencies to be very specific. And we also have advanced specialization in change and adoption management for low-code application development, to mention just a few of these specializations. So these competencies is something we've built over the years. And as an organization, we provide solutions and services around 3 major success pillars, which I'd like to discuss very briefly, starting out with the business transformation pillar. Our focus here is to help you transform your organization digitally by helping you to lower costs, maximize productivity, as well as efficiency. The solutions we provide here include identity and access management, process automation. Next, I'll jump into the operational excellence pillar. Here, we drive excellence in the way people connect with data, processes, and systems to help you achieve exceptional outcomes. Solutions we provide here include modern ERP solution and digital advisory. And finally, we also have the protection assurance pillar, where we cater for the modern security risk and challenges businesses face in today's world, knowing that you operate in an ecosystem where it is highly saturated by cyber risk and cyber threats. So we offer you rest of mind as a service so that you can focus on what truly matters to your business. And with this, I'm done with the introduction of Reliance Infosystems. Now we can delve into the session in proper. I'd like to hand over to Oluwafemi at this point. Oluwafemi, you may take over from here, please.
Thank you for the introduction, Tolulope. My name is Oluwafemi, and I will be taking us through the presentation for the Microsoft Cloud for Nonprofits today. So to start with, I would like us to cast our minds back to the year 2020, shortly before COVID hit, and how life was shortly before then. So we can actually see that things have dramatically changed between 2020 and now. We've seen the accelerated impact of global warming. We've seen how political crises have caused instability in countries around the world. Talk of places like Russia, Afghanistan, Ukraine, and the likes. So at the epicenter of this is where we have the non-profit organizations, right? They serve as the safety net to people who can access basic needs in life. Talk about security, talk about food, talk about shelter. So it is very, very important for us to understand the impact non-profits have in the world today, especially when it comes to the year 2022. So going forward, there's something we like to term as the tech for social impact within the Microsoft space and its partners. So tech for social impact simply speaks to how Microsoft has been able to bring its philanthropy, engineering, capacity building, as well as commercial strength together to build a solution that would work seamlessly end-to-end for non-profit organizations. So Microsoft understands that non-profit organizations need to be able to deliver their mission impact properly, hence the need for this, coming up with this solution. Over the years up until now and even going forward, we've seen that Microsoft has been able to work with over 235,000 non-profit organizations across the globe. So how did we actually get here? How did we get to what we call the Microsoft Cloud for non-profits today? This actually started dating back to year 2017, when Microsoft had what we refer to as the NGO reference model. The NGO reference model simply speaks to Microsoft coming down and bringing all the vocabularies within the non-profit space to sort of create a common data model that would now lead to what we have today. In the late 2018, Microsoft also released what we call the industry accelerators, which are like sample apps for what we currently have today, so to just test the industry and make people have a feel of what Microsoft actually intends to deliver going forward. Coming to 2020, Microsoft finally releases fundraising and engagement for Dynamics 365 Sales Enterprise. It's noteworthy to mention that the app was released at the time. It was a first-party app which was fully supported by Microsoft and its partners across the globe. So if we now move to 2021, Microsoft is finally able to release what is called the Cloud for Non-Profit solution. So for a non-profit organization, what is really top of mind for you? We understand that you would want to have personalized engagement with your donors, your volunteers, and the likes. You would want to manage your volunteers. You would want to have some sort of unified data across platform. So despite the fact that the application is modular, it's able to bring all your data together to one space for you to interact with the data as well as with your donors and volunteers. You would also be able to get involved in what we call program deliveries as well as some sort of mission impact. Talking about the partner ecosystem, Reliance Infosystems, as we've highlighted earlier, is a gold partner with Microsoft. We're able to deliver this solution properly for you to help your day-to-day operations and mission delivery as well as programs. We're able to also give support for the solution depending on how often you want this, as well as tailor the solution properly for your core business processes. So if we look into the cloud for non-profit space, what are the key features that are really available, and which one are we going to be talking about in depth today? First of which is the fundraising and engagement, which we would have a demo on. We also have what we call the constituent marketing journeys. You're able to manage volunteers, able to engage with your volunteers, able to also have some sort of program impact dashboard. All of this will help to facilitate your mission impact and help you deliver properly. Talking about fundraising and engagement itself, for non-profit organizations, the guys within the fundraising and engagement departments, the guys that raise funds and actually interact with your donors and volunteers, what is top of mind for them? The first would be to attract and retain more donors as well as retain your supporter base. So over time, to deliver your mission impact, you would want a situation whereby you're able to attract more donors over time. You're able to also raise more funds. The solution gives the opportunity for this, because it gives you opportunity to actually engage with more people, with your donors seamlessly. Another key feature the solution offers is being able to have compelling content delivered to your donors or your volunteers through most proven channels. We have a tool we like to refer to as the LinkedIn Navigator, for example. In this case, the LinkedIn Navigator is just a channel, a tool in which it helps you to communicate with your donors or your volunteers right from the fundraising and engagement app itself. So there wouldn't be fundraising and engagement without actually being able to facilitate payments and account for these payments, right? So the solution also gives you the ability to have these processes completed for you. So top of being able to integrate with other payment solutions within and without the Microsoft ecosystem. Top of integration with Stripe and ITS as an example. The solution is able to facilitate raising funds and actually matching these funds to the mission you've been able to deliver or the programs and missions you intend to deliver over time. So I would just like to highlight the core importance and how fundraising and engagement actually helps your organization. Outside this, I would hand over to Ayobami to take over the demo proper. So to start with, fundraising and engagement helps you to reduce operating costs based on the fact that most of your processes and operations are actually embedded in the app. So you don't have to spend more unnecessarily. Everything you need will be facilitated by the app. On manual processes, you will also spend less time within your organization as a non-profit. You and your staff spend less time worrying about manual record keeping and the likes, because all this will be taken care by the solution. And then the need for complex financial reconciliation is also attended to, right? So in terms of reconciliation, I've also mentioned that the solution is integrated with Stripe and ITS, for example, which can also be extended to other payment gateways. Reconciliation is easily attended to in that regard. About actually raising fund itself, because from this solution, you can easily attend to each and every of your donors. You are able to raise more funds over time. You are able to identify the number of donors you have within a given quarter or a given fiscal year, as you might like to call it, and also look at the donors within pipeline. More importantly, you're also able to engage with these donors and able to keep them as your family or as your partners or as your volunteers, as donors, as you might like to call them. Lastly, I would also like to mention that per dollar raised, you are able to factor in each fund you've been able to raise over time to your mission, to your program that has been delivered. We've gotten to that point where when donors raise money for you, they need to be able to know what you've actually used those funds to do. So this platform gives you the opportunity to be that transparent with your volunteers and your donor. Thank you. So I would hand over to Ayobami to take over the demo from here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ayobami Ogunshola. I'll be taking us through the fundraising and engagement demonstration. The fundraising and engagement solution is part of Microsoft Cloud for nonprofits and is powered by Dynamics 365 Sales. The fundraising and engagement solution is a relationship management platform that helps you and your organization to modernize consistent engagement and also to help you to increase your mission impact. So with this solution, we have it as a preview solution that involves the combination of best practices that nonprofit organizations will require. So here, most of the nonprofit needs are being taken care of by the fundraising and engagement solution without the need for customization as such. So today we'll be looking at this solution through the persona of Alexia Taylor, who we imagine is the Director of Development for a nonprofit organization. So we imagine Alexia has worked in this nonprofit space for over a decade and currently plays the role of Director of Development at this organization. Also, would like to state that this nonprofit organization is operating in over 30 countries, and they are currently focused on so many primary designations, which include the maternal health and vaccination priorities. So in times like this, it is more important that your organization builds a sustainable funding stream program that will be delivered by the organization. So let's look at a typical day in the life of this persona. So imagine it's a Monday morning and this persona starts the day by checking in on status of mid-level and major gift donation being received by the organization. So imagine this nonprofit organization receives over 200,000 donations per year, and over 1,000 major gifts will be included. So tracking these gifts can be overwhelming at times. So we will need an easy way to identify the major giving prospects and also to identify donors that requires our attention the most. So we are able to quickly get insight regarding this in the development overview dashboard. So here we are presented with information regarding recent major gifts being received. So here on this list, we are able to see recent major gifts received by the organization. So we have recent major gifts received that are greater by $10,000. So we are presented with a list of the donations and by the date the donations were being received. Next to it, we have gifts received that are greater than $5,000. So we have the gifts by the primary designation on this bar chart here. So we are presented by the gift and the primary designation through which the gift came in. Also here, we have the opportunities in the current fiscal year. So we have it's being presented in the bar chart showing the donations in the pipeline by the opportunity managers. That's the manager managing each opportunity, each donation opportunity. Also, we have visibility over the open donor opportunity here. So we have the estimated revenue of that open donation by the phase at which it is in this pie chart here. Also, we have visibility over the gifts received that are over $5,000 in our case. So we have the gifts received by month and year presented for us in this bar charts here. So we know now that the best place for this update is this development overview dashboard within our fundraising and engagement solution. So here we are presented with every information regarding the recent mid-level and major gifts received by the organization. As well, we have insights regarding committed plan gift also. So it can be really stressful to catch up on progress like this. So it is really a simple way for us and the organization to quickly get up-to-date information regarding fundraising activities happening in the organization. So moving on from major gifts, let's say we want to get an update regarding donations on our primary, some other primary designations we are running. So in our own case, we'll look at the maternal health designation. So let's say maybe because we have a board meeting the next day, and in this board meeting, we know that the team will ask for an update on the current state of this primary designation. That's the maternal health fundraising project. So quickly, we are able to jump into this designation dashboard, the maternal health designation dashboard, for an update. So here we can see that there are still some major outstanding gifts that are still outstanding. So before the team can successfully hit their key, campaign targets. So hitting this target also is a key performance indicator for the organization. So in preparation for this meeting, maybe there's one high value donation in particular we would like to have an update on. We're able to have insight on this insightful dashboard. So we are presented with the recent maternal health gifts being received. We are able to see opportunities in the current fiscal year. We're able to see open maternal health opportunities also. We are able to see maternal health opportunities in the current fiscal year. So let's say we go to the recent gift being received and we see that a major gift has come in from a prominent board member who has been very engaged in the organization program. So we are able to click on this donor record to learn more about this donor. So on clicking on the donor's record, we are presented with full details about this donor. So starting from the donation history, the total lifetime value, and other details from this single view. So we have information regarding the contact information on this section, the name, the last name, the salutation, the company this donor is working with, the household, and the relationship also. So we have other details regarding the contact details, the email, the alternate email, and also if there are social media handles we like to log, we have visibility over that. We also have visibility over the supporting objective, other supporting objective this donor has supported. So we have visibility over that here. We also have the timeline that shows the sequential log of activity that has happened with this donor. So from the start of at which we onboarded this donor, we are able to see the log of activities. Also, we are able to add new activities if we want. So talking about appointments, email, phone call, a task as we might deem fit. Also, we have visibility over other details. Let's say current year giving, last year's giving about this donor. So we have visibility over that. Also, we have address details. So we are able to also track address changes. So we can see that from this form, we're able to have a holistic view of this donor just in one screen. So we can see that this donor has made a handful of one-time major gifts in recent years, and it is great to see that right now she's already contributing to this maternal health program again. So I'd like to add again that having easy access to this donor's information will just eliminate the work of creating static reports and querying. Also, it will eliminate the problem of piecing data from multiple systems. So in this donor summary, we are presented with detailed information about this donor, the given membership level, the past gift amount and date. We also see the program she supported in the past. We also see the household and giving history and which team has been managing the household relationship with this donor. So we have more visibility about this donor. So let's say we drill to the donation tab. So here we are able to have a closer look to see the donations and pledges this donor has donated in the past. So we have visibility over the last transaction, the related transaction. So we have visibility over donations, the pledges, and future payments and commitment also. We're also able to see the recurring payment that are posted automatically on a set schedule. So this will help to save we and our team a valuable time. So let's imagine we are meeting this donor tomorrow at a board meeting and want to make sure that we have done our research about this donor. So we can make use of the LinkedIn Sales Navigator tab. So on navigating here, I'd like to add also that the LinkedIn Sales Navigator tab for Dynamics 365 helps you to search LinkedIn for leads, for contacts, for accounts, and opportunities, all from within Dynamics 365. So on this LinkedIn Sales Navigator tab, we can see basic information about this donor's background, including our current company and our role. So we also have easy access into the icebreaker session where we can see people we know in common with this donor, as well as the latest LinkedIn activity this donor has participated in, so including like articles and content. So we can also use the get introduced feature to see what connections we and this donor share. So we can review recommended leads. So we are able to find people with the most connection and influence so that we can put a better outreach efforts. So we are able to explore additional donor opportunities. Also, we have the donor, the embedded email messaging capabilities here. So we are able to send the donor a quick note confirming the upcoming meeting we are having with this donor. So based on the information gotten from this LinkedIn Sales Navigator tab, we can make a mental note to mention some of the things to the donor when we see them at the meeting the next day. So if we go back to the maternal health dashboard, we can see here that we can track open opportunities. So let's say there is one particular opportunity we would like an update on. We're able to drill into the opportunity to take a closer look. So on opening this opportunity, we see that this opportunity is in the qualifying stage process. So meanwhile, for opportunities, it just illustrates growing the donor cycle. So we are able to manage the prospects through the opportunities. So yeah, we're able to identify their needs, who they are, what they want with the organization they are donating to. So with this business process flow, we're able to help the donor prospects better end to end. So I'd like to add also the business process flow is highly customizable, like due to based on your organization business process. So we are able to customize this based on our business process. So also I'd like to add that you as a nonprofit organization will have a team of major gift officers that will be managing the donors relationship and helping them to align their philanthropic contributions to the area of the organization's greatest need. So here from this opportunity, we can see that Greg Winston is the manager of this donor. So we see that this person manages the relationship with Gabriel Morales, who is the donor. So we can imagine he has been working closely with this donor for over the past few years. So let's say we need an update regarding this opportunity. We know right well to contact him and get information regarding this donor's pledge. So also, I would like to add that Teams is a central hub for all communication across this nonprofit organization. It gives the teams a place to communicate about all the constituents and volunteers. It allows them to collaborate on projects, share files, host video calls, and manage back office administration. So for us, this is the fastest route to get a major update from this gift officer. So we reach out to this gift officer via Teams. So we ask for a quick Teams chat. Then with this team chat, we see that he's able to confirm the donation is on track and is planning to speak with the donor the next morning, and he promises to give an update before the next day. So from here, we are confident that we have current information and accurate information regarding this maternal health project, let's say before the next day. So let's say we have one more task to complete in preparation for this meeting. So we want to pull out the fundraising performance across the nonprofit programs. So we are able to have insights regarding that in the fundraising overview dashboard. So here we are presented with information regarding active transactions. So we're able to see the gifts that has come in by the month and year line. Also next to it, we're able to see the campaigns, all campaigns. So we are able to see the revenue by the campaign goals versus the actuals. Also, we are able to see all gifts that has coming into this organization by the amount and the payment type. Also, we are able to see all the gifts received by the average donation per year. Also, we are able to see recurring payment schedule and the amount of recurring payment schedule by the year on this bar chart. Lastly, we are able to see the recent gifts received by the organization on this list here. So I'd like to say within this fundraising and engagement app, we can clearly see that an automatically generated dynamics dashboard that contains progress on all key areas is there for us up to date. So when the nonprofit team uses Sales Insight solution also, they are able to leverage AI prediction to better forecast the likelihood of in-flight donation. So from this, we can see that there's no need for any manual task again. So simply, we can quickly pull out these reports and share with the board during the meeting. So having all this data stored in one place means generating this dashboard takes us matter of seconds instead of hours, which I believe everyone loves. So fully up to speed about this, we can expand into the campaign performances for a closer look. So using these rich interactive reporting capabilities, we are able to get live updates on overall campaign performances within the organization. So we can drill down into individual campaign and get detailed information regarding them. So we are able to have detailed information, including actual revenue versus the target and the target estimate. So we are able to get up-to-date information about all performances of campaigns that the organization are running. And we're also able to engage, we're able to offer engagement tools and tips to officers that might need it. Also, moving to the transactions. So with the transactions, we are able to manage gifts and the gift processing. So the transactions just helps us to capture gifts received by your organization. So a transaction could be a donation, let's say a gift directly from a constituent or a soft credit, or that's a gift that a constituent influence. So with the transaction record, we are able to represent a payment or donation of goods to your nonprofit organization from a donor or an organization account. So transaction records key information about the transferred revenue or items. So we can apply this transaction also to a donor commitment or to a designation plan. So we are able to capture who the donor is, provide the gift details and how they contact you in the process, and also process the amount. And also we are able to manage membership within this same solution. Also, we are able to manage the donor's commitment and manage their renewal also. Also, we would like to add, we can send out receipts if there is the need to. Also, we would like to talk about managing the campaign. So with the fundraising app, we're able to manage campaigns also. So the campaign is just like a container for fundraising outreach and results. So such as gifts, donation, packages, events, and gifts. So with each campaign, we have links to create, plan, execute, and track the campaign results throughout the life cycle. So all this is achievable using this data-driven solution. So you and your nonprofit team are easily able to track your campaigns and ensure you can strengthen your relationship with your donors and also maximize donation. So from this, we can manage everything from recurring giving programs, gift processing to opportunities and event campaign reporting and more with this fundraising and engagement solution that is built for Dynamics 365, which is part of Microsoft Cloud for nonprofits. So in conclusion, I'd like to add that Microsoft Cloud for nonprofits provides us with the capability to drive fundraising efficiency so as to reduce cost and have automated processes in line. So also we're able to support security, compliance, and interoperability of our data. So all this was made possible using the fundraising and engagement app that was built on the Dynamics 365 sales. So I'm really looking forward to see how your nonprofit organization take advantages of this solution. So I'll be handing over to Oluwafemi to give us details about the pricing bit of this solution. Thank you.
Thank you for that detailed demo, Ayobami. So as regards pricing, Microsoft gives us two major plans regarding the cloud for nonprofit solution. So the first of which is what we call the cloud for nonprofit basic pricing model. The basic pricing model gives you opportunity to leverage fundraising and engagement and volunteer management, volunteer engagement, and a host of others. So this is actually for free on the cloud for nonprofit aspect of things, but you still have to have the underlying licenses. The underlying licenses refer to the Dynamics 365 license. So moving on from there, we also have the cloud for nonprofit standard plan. The standard plan has two plans inside of it. So it has plan 1 and plan 2. Plan 1 gives you the opportunity to onboard between 1 to 250 employees within your nonprofit organization as well. This goes for $750 per month, including your Dynamics 365 underlaying license. The plan 2 goes for $2,000 per month. It gives you the opportunity to onboard over 250 employees, and you have a host of features and functionalities you have access to. So for this particular plan, for the standard price model, you actually have access to everything, right? What we also have on the side is the Azure services that just talks to managing your solutions, basically. So that is built on a pay-as-you-go service, right? So talking about the pricing again, I would like to state that because this is for non-profit organizations, right? Microsoft has tried as much as possible to make this as affordable as possible. We understand that non-profit organizations would like to have their funds channeled to mission impact. So we've tried as much as possible to make sure that this is affordable for non-profit organizations. So thank you very much. I would like to hand over to Tolulope at this point.
All right, then, Ayobami and Oluwafemi. So we've come to the end of both the demo, and then I'm sure you've been able to also see most of the opportunities, the possibilities available for your nonprofits on the Microsoft Cloud solution. And then we'll delve into the question and answer segment from here. I can see a couple of questions in the chat window already. Now I'll be starting out with Frank Sumbo. So yes, the presentation will be made available after this session based on demands, though. So his second question was, how do you move from Dynamics NAV to Dynamics 365 for nonprofits? Oluwafemi will be responding to that question.
Okay, thank you. To respond to that question, you can switch, but there is the part of being eligible. So before you can facilitate any switch to the Microsoft Cloud for nonprofits, as we mentioned earlier, the solution is solely built for nonprofit organizations. So for any switching to be facilitated, you have to meet the Microsoft eligibility for nonprofit organizations. So there is a process, there are steps that you have to go through whereby Microsoft will actually ascertain that you are a non-profit organization. And once this is done, we are able to facilitate a switch for you as a Microsoft partner on our end to get that bit done for you. Thank you.
All right then, Femi. I can see a hand raised in the reaction section. Please drop your question in the chat window if you have any questions you need clarity on. The next question is, how can you set up a trial version of the Dynamics 365 nonprofits from an existing Office 365 tenants? So would have, Femi, can you take that up too as well?
Yes, thank you. So like I said earlier, you have to be a non-profit organization to start with to have access to this solution. So another question that would come up is, do you currently have any Dynamics 365 license? If so, and given that you are a non-profit, we can actually facilitate the basic plan for you, which is for free, so you can have access to enjoy it for a given period of time, and then we can move the conversation forward from there. Thank you.
All right, then we have another question from Warimu. So the question, okay, this is more like a response to Frank's in response to Frank's question. I hope you've gotten clarity on that as well. As per the recording, it's going to be made available to you. We have your emails already, and then we'll make this available because you've indicated interest in having it sent to you. So with this, we've come to the end of the webinar, but we don't want to end our relationship here. So a survey link will be dropped in the chat window very shortly for you to give us feedback on your experience. Also, we would want to follow you up after this webinar just to understand, take this conversation further and build better relationship beyond here. So thank you very much for staying up till the end. Michael, you made mention of not being able to get the audio. Most likely it's due to network issues. So, but you will definitely get the recorded version of the session for your perusal later. So thank you, everyone. We're happy to have you stay with us to the end of the webinar. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful day, everyone.